Thanks for staying with us. I'm Bill O'Reilly in the Miller Time segment tonight. Let's get right to the sage of Southern California, who is in Boston, Massachusetts this evening, preparing for a big show on Cape Cod. Very swell, Miller, going down in Kennedy territory, huh? Hyannis.
You know, Billy, I wanted to get up here years ago. We hear about the great herds of Elizabeth Warrens that prowled the prairie, but they're about to go extinct, and I wanted to get out here and see one before they went away. I actually made a donation to the Liz Warren campaign this afternoon. Just to wind her up, I gave her 24 bucks in beads.
All right, Miss Warren, of course, running for Senate, claiming she's 132nd Cherokee, which has stunned the Cherokee Nation, and it is very controversial.
Yeah. Not to mention Paul Revere and the Raiders.
Yeah.
What's up tonight, Billy? What are we chatting about?
We're going to talk, first of all, about the president reinvigorating his campaign by reintroducing class warfare. Now, this is you and me under attack again, Miller. He wants more of our money, and you say?
Well, listen, I have a friend up in Montecito named Lisa Dabbs. She's a great dame, a lady of letters, and she said to me the other day something that really resonated. She said, why does he always say rich like it's a four-letter word? Why doesn't he say prosperous like there was something put into it that prospered? And I think this guy's the most divisive president I've ever seen, Billy. And I don't know what your thoughts are. I mean, you seem to be more fond of him than me. But, boy, have you ever seen the lay of the land more rancorous than it is right now? He might have organized communities, but he's disrupting this nation, and he's got to drop all this class warfare, for God's sakes. What, I don't get it.
There are two things that I've noticed. Number one, when John Kerry ran for president, nobody cared. I mean, this wasn't even an issue, right? JFK ran in 1960, very wealthy, Kennedy family. You know, you look back, it was none of this. I don't know why the folks are responding to this, but I think some people are, and it must be class envy. The second thing is, of course, that what else is the president going to campaign on, Miller? What else? He's got to mobilize the people not doing very well to go against the big fat cat Romney. What else is he going to do?
Well, listen, I don't know what he can say about Obamacare that hasn't already been said, and it looks like 6 out of 10 Americans are not into it. I think what says everything about Obamacare is two things, Billy. The people who are most ardently supporting it are going to be exempted from it. And people smell something there. That stinks. Everybody knows that stinks. And the second thing is Obamacare will eventually yield another program called Obamacade when they suck Obamacare too dry. That's what people know. And I think some of these polls that show the president doing better, I think people are just sitting at home. They get a call at 6:30 after dinner. They go, somebody says, I want to talk to you about your political beliefs. And they know your name and phone number. Are you going to tell them anything? It's like a Scientologist telling you in this rancorous culture we live in, rancorous culture we live in now. I think people are just shutting up. Those Scott Walker polls didn't show what happened there. And I think there might be a surprise coming down the road.
Yeah, I'm not taking much stock in the polls now, although I think the American women are supporting the president. That's kind of surprising based on that.
Yeah, well, young single women always have bad taste in men, don't they?
Not commenting. Lance Armstrong, huh? Now, do you think he was drugged up on the bike? Do you think so?
Listen, I know Lance a little. I've met him. He's a nice guy. But this is not one of those things to me that's important if it's tried in the court of public opinion. We're never going to find out. Only Lance Armstrong knows inside. I'm not going to let him off the hook here. I don't know if he did or didn't. He knows. And I'm telling you, the court that only should matter is inside you. If he knows he's cheating, or he cheated, somehow that haunts you for the rest of your life.
Even if you got a lot of money and fame out of it, you think it's haunting? Not sure.
Well, Billy, I'm just one of those guys who believe there's money, there's fame, you know, there's a lot of houses, but I got to live under that roof with myself. I have a court inside me, and I judge myself harshly. If he did this, and he knows it, he's screwed. If he didn't do it, he's off free. But as far as what the world thinks, you can't figure the world anymore. The world is upside down.
Roger Clemens walked away from it, and Armstrong probably will as well. All right,
yeah, but you know, Roger Clemens' bust in Cooperstown, Billy, is going to be his right buttocks. They're worrying about the hat he goes in, but it's not the hat. It's his right buttocks.
Quite a display, you know. And talking about quite a display, you saw the 6-year-old, the booty pop video, which they pulled off YouTube. And this is just, you know, another example of the decline of American culture, right?
Well, listen, you say that and you're the square now, but the simple fact is, this kid is surrounded with more asses in his day-to-day life than he is in this video. It's that simple. How his parents do this is remarkable to me. And when I hear experts on your show talking about how we're making too big a thing out of this, I'm not a square. Quit hitting me with this. The kid is 6 years old, for God's sakes. Huh? He's the most mature person in the entire scenario. Leave him out of that. Let him be a kid till he's not a kid.
You know, when I was 6, I had the coonskin cap, Davy Crockett, and I'm surrounded by my friends who also had coonskin caps, and we're looking at now 6 years old, and this is what's happening. I mean, it's quite a progressive display.
We're on the long slide, Billy. We're on the long slide.
I hope not, but you might be right. Miller in Hyannisport this evening on deck.